Okay, so welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to stress me out, but that is okay. Let's get started. Okay, so basically 2 years ago in like April or June, Jay had a genetics appointment, right? And like this is like when I'm just finding out that my kid has this diagnosis or whatever, and I'm finding out that these kids have kidney problems. They have kidneys and liver problems. So I'm just like, can we check his livers and kidneys? Because this is something that has never been checked. And they were like, no, like he's not really showing any signs. Like there's no need. Da 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 da. And I was like, yeah, but like in case something ever does happen, like at least I know where his kidneys started from. And they just kept on brushing me off. So then that fall now, he had a GI appointment, and I went to this would have been 2016. So I went to the GI appointment, and I said this my same concerns. Like, I want to know what the hell's going on with my kid's kidneys, because like I'm finding out that CS kids can die from kidney or liver problems, and I'm not with it at all. Like, you know, I want to know what's going on. So from that point, they started testing his kidneys, but it was like frustrating in the beginning because I was just like, I can't drive to SickKids every couple days for him to check his kidneys. I'm working, and SickKids is expensive, literally expensive. Just to even get there is expensive. So what she had us doing was she was faxing out the blood work that she wanted done to the lab in Markham, and then I would bring him there to go get it done. So at first I was a little concerned because I was literally having to bring him to go do blood work every couple days. It's almost like his numbers were changing that often, but she wasn't like telling me that she was concerned. But just the fact that you were checking his blood work that often, I can tell you're concerned, right? And then it was December 30th of 2016 or the 29th of 2016 where I brought him to go do his blood work, and I got a call like the next day, like, hey, he needs to come into SickKids like now. And I was like, really? Why? Like his numbers are super off and da 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 da. So I'm like, okay. So packed up the kid, brought him to SickKids with my mom. Jay was so annoying that day. Jesus. The man was doing like backflips and stuff in SickKids. I don't know what it is about SickKids, but Jay liked that hospital. He was giddy to go there. So, and never behaved. So yeah, brought him to SickKids, and like the whole time we were there, like we were there the 29th, 30th, 31st, the 1st, 2nd. You know, I even ended up quitting my job because I was just like, I don't know when we're leaving. They're not telling me when we're leaving. And I started to get frustrated too because, again, SickKids is flipping expensive, you know? And this would have been the January where I was supposed to be starting school. So now I'm missing classes and stuff like that. Which is okay, but like, I just want to see some type of progress. Like, I feel like we're here dilly-dallying. Like, nothing's really happening, you know? So what they did was they changed his feeds, and they were basically doing blood work for him every single day. And his numbers were changing every single day. And yeah, they basically changed his feeds to one that was good for people with kidney issues, and then sent him home. Now, this is my only regret because we were at SickKids for all those days, and his blood work results were still changing every single day, and they sent us home and didn't give us a follow-up until the end of February. That's honestly my only regret. I'm not going back to SickKids earlier to see like how his kidneys were doing, because clearly like there was a reason you guys had us there for so long and didn't want us to leave, and then tutus were at home with no follow-up. Like, you know, like that was kind of that was sloppy. So I should have said something. Anyways, now, so fast forward. So that was, Jay left SickKids maybe like January 3rd of 2017. So on February 20th, and I'm looking down because I'm reading my notes that has all the dates because I'm coming with straight facts. So on February 20th, Jay sounded like very congested, like he had cold on his chest. So I went to doctors, and she was just like, honestly, don't even worry about it, like he'll get over it, it's not that serious. I'm like, okay. February 21st now, I drop you off at daycare, I go to do errands, and I'm on my way to the gym now. And this Jay was literally at daycare for maybe like 2 hours, an hour and a half. And his daycare worker called me. The sickest daycare worker on the planet, okay? Sickest, period. Knows my kids so well. Like, oh my gosh, love her. But yeah, she came. No, she called me and was basically saying that Jay's feet are swelling. And I was like, Jay's feet are swelling. Now, like, if you know from my like second video, Jay always had things happening out of nowhere, okay? feet swelling was never one of them. So now I'm super confused. What do you mean my kids' feet are swelling? My heart like literally sunk. I'm like, I'm on my way. Did a U-turn, drove back to the daycare, picked Jay up, and brought him back to the doctor that we were just at yesterday. And she's basically like, she didn't see that his feet were swelling, but who knows, because that probably happened like within 45 minutes. So I got the call, picked him up, brought him there. So she actually more than 45 minutes, because they had me waiting for a hell of a long time in that waiting room. And Jay again forgot how to act in the waiting room. Like this kid was doing the absolute most and driving me nuts. And that's why like it's so hard to, like when you see Jay how he acts, you would not think he's a sick kid. Like he literally acts so regular and so bad, like you would not think that something's wrong with him. Okay, but anyways, we go see the doctor again, and I'll put up some clips of that too, because my kid has no behavior. Oh my gosh. But so we went to go see the doctor, and she was basically saying that she didn't see no swelling, but she listened to Jay again, and she was just like, if you don't like how he sounds, then I'll like get him these antibiotics. And that's what she did. And I wasn't too worried, because like we left SickKids in January, and his kidney appointment was, and the day I brought him to the doctor was the 21st in the morning, and his kidney appointment was the next day. So I'm like, regardless, we're going to SickKids tomorrow, so like, you know, it's just not that deep, so whatever. So bring Jay back home. We chilled out for the day, and I feel like, not to say that that's why his feet were swelling, but he definitely liked to fake sick and do some silly stuff at daycare so he could get picked up and brought back home. He did do those ones. So yeah, so now it's the next day. It's February 22nd, and we're at his appointment now. Yeah, it's his very first kidney appointment, and I'm like curious to see what his results are gonna be versus last time, to see if the kidney milk has helped or changed anything. And his doctor is talking to me, this lady, but she's also hearing how he's breathing, and she doesn't like how he sounds. And again, the cold that I've been talking about for the past 2 days. So she sends us to Emerge, and they do an x-ray, and I find out my son has pneumonia, and I was not ready at all. Nope, not ready at all, because pneumonia is like one of the most common causes of death for CS kids, and I was just not with it. I was not, like, I did not expect that at all. If I had known, I would have brought him to the doctor friggin' 2 days earlier. You know, so they also did blood work, and he was dehydrated. Now, pay attention. This is where I slip up. SickKids slipped up, and I let them slip up, okay? Because I'm normally on my P's and Q's, but this is my biggest regret ever. Like, hands down, no debate, okay? So I'm finding out my kid has kidney problems, but he gets sent to Emerge or whatever. And like, they're basically saying, we'll worry about his kidney stuff later. We'll worry about his kidney stuff later. He needs to go to Emerge because he sounds like, you know, he sounds too congested. And I find out that he has pneumonia. And then that he's dehydrated, okay? So he's dehydrated. So they want to give him a lot of fluid. So remember, but he has kidney problems. So I shouldn't have let them give him a lot of fluid. So this is like truly where I slipped up, because they're telling me my kid's dehydrated and he needs to get more fluid in him. Okay, so they give him like a crazy amount, like 300 mils. Okay, 300 mils is what Jay would get over a 12-hour period overnight. Okay, 300 mils is a lot of milk for Jay. Okay, like a lot. Like I would have to give him that over hours. You know what I mean? And then, so, okay, so then the nurses are giving him the milk, and they're syringing it through his G-tube. They're syringing it through his G-tube, and Jay throws up because it's just way too much milk. Like, this is someone who's so little. Like, Jay's so small, and normally it would take hours to give him this amount of milk, and they gave it to him in like minutes. Like, you know what I mean? And Jay throws up, and he's like struggling to breathe now. And I'll put up pictures. They hook him up to like all these like tubes, and they give him a breathing tube because his throw up went into his lungs. And yeah, I really feel like that feed ruined my kid. Like, Jay did not recover from that feed. Like, he shouldn't have got that amount of milk. He shouldn't have. And I know that. I knew that. Because, like, even when I was in there with the nurses, I just kept on saying, like, are you guys sure he should be getting that? They're like, yeah, well, the doctor said, okay, like, well, can you bring in the doctor to explain this to me? Because this isn't making sense. Like, this is a lot of milk for Jay. Like, a lot. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, Jay would get an overnight feed, and it would start at 8 o'clock and finish at 8 in the morning. And his amount overnight was, like, 260 to 300. There's no reason why he should be getting that in, like, a couple minutes. Like, in a time over, like, even if it's over an hour, that's still too much milk for Jay over an hour. And I fucking knew that. I knew that, and I still let them give it to him because my kid was dehydrated. That's my biggest slip up. Like, I'm so mad at myself when I think about that, because I knew better. I literally knew better, and I didn't go with my gut feeling. You know what I mean? 2 tubes, my kid's hooked up on, like, bare tubes, and, like, he has a heart monitor on him. And Jay's angry too, because Jay does not like anything on his face. He doesn't like hats. He doesn't like glasses. He doesn't like anything. So to have the breathing thing, like, hooked up on him, he's bent, you know? And that's just, like, how everything, like, originally went downhill for my baby. Because I don't care what anyone wants to say. I did not bring a dying kid into that hospital. Don't get me wrong. Terminally ill. So in a sense, he kind of was dying. But I did not bring a kid that was close to death into that hospital. Like, my kid was twerking and playing, like, just yesterday. You know what I mean? And then now he's laying on the bed, like, super swollen, super big. Like, he was not like that before. You know what I mean? I'm so annoyed. So this all happened when he went to emerge. And then he was admitted, of course, from that point. And, yeah. The next couple of days was basically just trying to, like, wean him off of the breathing tube and stuff like that. And he did get off of it. And then, like, figure out his milk situation, because he would be super puffy. And then, like he stopped peeing. And, like, I don't know. It was just honestly, like, such a mess. Like, such a serious mess.
Love you.
Yeah, literally, like, the 22nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, he was just at SickKids, and they were just, like, playing with his feeds and playing with his amount of milk that he gets to, like, figure out, you know? And the story time that I made about the doctor that pissed me off, no, it would have happened after this. Literally, like, right after this. So, yeah, so basically now, on the 27th, at, like, 4 or 5 in the morning, my son is swollen, but they're listening to him, and he sounds clear, and he's not peeing as much as he should be. And then they bring in a respiratory doctor, he literally, that's all he specializes in, to come listen to him. And this man said that Jay was all clear. And then he left, and then they wanted to weigh his diaper. And I was just like, okay, but, like, you guys are, like, bugging him. And I don't like when my kid's bothered. Like, you know, it's like 4 or 5 in the morning. Like, he's chilling, he's content. Like, leave him. They're like, yeah, but we have to weigh his diaper just to see how much he peed out, to see if the pee medicine is working. So I'm like, okay. So then they go to change him, and Jay's bum is so sore, so sore. And it's sore because of the meds that he's getting, and, like, his poo is just, like, toxic, basically. So it almost looked like someone took a razor against his bum. So his bum is super sore, and Jay starts crying while they're changing him. But, like, it's like a frightened cry, like, you know, like, it's hard to explain. He's jumping at the same time because his bum hurts. And then I'm basically saying to them, I'm like, hello, like, look at him, like, he's not even, like, give him a sec, you know? So I literally went like this and, like, pushed the 2 nurses away, okay? One nurse went and weighed his diaper, and the other nurse went and said that she's gonna go get back the respiratory doctor, and another nurse, a black nurse, was standing behind me. And I pick my kid up, and I'm trying to calm him down, okay? So I'm like, Jay, like, you know, like, it's okay, baby, like, it's okay, like, don't worry, da-da-da-da. doctor that is weighing the nurse that's weighing his diaper, I'm like, yo, something's wrong with my kid. Like, he's looking past me. Like, I'm holding Jay like this. I know my kid has vision issues, but I also know my son. It's like I'm not there. Like, he's looking past me. Like, he's in such distress. It's like he doesn't see me. And I'm like, yo, something's wrong with my kid. Like, he's not looking at me. He's not looking at me. And the nurse behind me is like, I don't know what she's doing. Like, I really don't. She's not doing anything, really. She's not saying anything. And like, I guess it's because she's behind me. Like, I'm not even paying mind to her. I'm looking at the nurse that's in the bathroom in front of me, weighing my son's diaper. And I'm saying, he's not responding to me like, hello, Jay, like, I'm literally terrified because my kid is not looking at me. Like, he's not giving me any type of eye contact. He's literally looking past me, okay? And then I'm like, Jay, like, what's wrong? Like, something's wrong with him. And now, like, it's 4 or 5 in the morning. Like, the floor is dark. I'm yelling, okay? I'm yelling. Something's wrong with my kid, okay? I put Jay on my shoulder like this, and he collapses. Like, he literally, like, his body just, like, gave out, and, like, he instantly felt, like, super heavy. I was like, no. And I yelled, he's not breathing. My son's not breathing. And I put Jay down, and I cut. Oh, my God. Like, yo, when I say I left the room so fast, you would have thought I did track. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I left the room, so I put my baby's body down, and I was out, like, super out. Because if Jay was gonna die that day, there's no way in hell. I'm sorry. Like, there's no way in hell it would have been like that. There's no way I would have shut down the whole floor. Are you guys crazy? Are you guys crazy? How did that happen so quick? How did we go from A to B so quick? My kid was just in bed, okay? We stayed up all night. Jay did not sleep that night. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. Me and this kid were watching Snapchats on YouTube, minding our own business. And you guys come in and change my kid, and he gets so worked up and so overwhelmed that he stops breathing? Are you crazy? No. I put Jay down, and I left the room, and I was screaming, my son is not breathing. Da, 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 da. I'm bawling, I'm screaming, I'm brawling and I'm bawling and screaming, my baby. Like, literally, like, I'm dramatic, eh? Like, you guys, I'm the definition of dramatic. Like, I was playing no games, okay? Now, when someone codes on the floor, everyone comes up. Security comes up, which they would have really needed if Jay wasn't revived that day, I promise you. So security comes up, the head of the hospital, I don't know what her job title is, I don't know what she does, but she was in there, like, trying to, like, calm me down, which is a fail, because how do you calm a mom down, you know, whose kid just stopped breathing? Like, all these doctors and nurses, like, run in, and I'm, like, in the playroom now, because as you know at SickKids, I hope you know, well, actually, you guys shouldn't know, because most of your kids don't go there, but every floor has, like, a playroom, and then it goes off into, like, the other room. So I can't see Jay, I can't see his room. All I do see is bare people huddled against his door, trying to get my baby back, because they really had no choice, to be honest. Like, if Jay died that day, I wouldn't have accepted it. There's no way in hell, because nope. There was no way I was gonna accept that. And the lady that's with me now, like, she's trying to, like, it's okay, like, don't worry, they're working on him. And I'm like, yo, is he okay? Like, you go check if he's okay, because I'm not going in there and seeing a body, so you go check if he's okay. And she goes and checks, she's like, okay, they're working on him, like, you know, And then now I boss up, and I'm standing outside of his room, and I'm just, like, waiting, like, oh, come on, Jay, please. Like, you know, mommy needs you, baby. Mommy freaking needs you, okay? And I hear him fighting. Which is, like, so funny. Jay's just so funny. Like, I hear him literally fighting with the nurses. Because I guess they put, like, a breathing thing down his mouth or in his nose, whatever the case is. And he's trying to take it out. And, like, I hear my baby fighting. And, like, I just start bawling. Like, I'm so happy. Like, you know? Because, yo, like, imagine I would have to call my mom and, like, let her know that Jay died. Like, that? Like, what? No one would have seen that coming. His godmother wouldn't have seen that coming. My best friend wouldn't have seen that coming. My brother wouldn't have seen that coming. Like, everyone would have been caught off guard, because that just, like, who dies like that? Who dies during a diaper change? Like, no. And my kid's just as dramatic as me, so. But yeah, so I got my baby back, and then he went to the ICU, and that was a whole different mess. The ICU was a whole different mess. And like now that like I wrapped my mind around the fact that like how serious the situation is, like I could have just lost my kid. So now I'm not playing no games. Like when it comes to the ICU, I'm on my P's and Q's. I'm regulating the whole thing. Like no one's doing nothing unless I approve it. Okay? Like now I'm being so. I almost lost my kid over a diaper change. Are you crazy? And like even after the fact, like when we were walking downstairs to the ICU, I said to the head of the hospital, I was like, I want to know why that nurse was changing my kid's diaper instead of listening to what I was trying to say. Like she was literally tunnel vision on the diaper, weighing the diaper. Okay? And I said, I also want to know why the other nurse left the room to go get the respiratory doctor. And I want to know, again, why the respiratory doctor said my kid sounded okay, and then twos, the buildup on his chest or whatever, has him knocked out and not breathing. He was literally just considered okay. Like, no, he sounds clear. Clearly he wasn't clear. Just bare, like, stupid little slip-ups. After that, I called, like, my go-to person. It was, like, 6 in the morning at that point. We were in the ICU, and I called my go-to person and told him what happened. Called my mom, told her what happened. And the thing that's wrong with me is the fact that Jay stressed me. Like, okay, not Jay, because Jay could probably be in here right now. Like, what do you mean I stressed you? Not Jay. His situation stressed me in the sense that, like, yo, I could have just lost my kid. Like, you know what I mean? And, like, I would downplay it a lot to people. So, like, I'd call my mom and be like, I wouldn't, like, I'd say the full story, but I'd say it in a way where, like, it's something light. Like, you know what I mean? Because I didn't want my mom to stress the way I stressed over Jay. But then that morning specifically, I was like, no, Mom, Jay, like, legit almost freaking died, and, like, you guys need to come see him. Because my mom and my brother wasn't visiting Jay a lot when he was at SickKids. They visited him a lot when he was at Emily's house, but they didn't visit him a lot when he was at SickKids. And Emily's house is where he went to die, if I didn't say that already. They took care of his end-of-life care. But yeah, that was hands down no debate, the hardest day of my life. And I'm tired. That story just drained me. Like, oh my gosh, my poor baby. I don't know, when I look, I'm gonna put as many pictures and videos as I can in this. And like, when I look back on it, like, I just... You're driving me crazy. Hi.
Is your hand itchy? Huh, Baba?
Like, when I look back on it, like, I just feel so bad. Like, I look back at how swollen he was, and I look back at, like, all that stuff, and it literally just hurts my heart. Like, I'm so sorry that my baby had to go through that, and there was not a thing I could do to help him, or save him, or make it better. Like, you know? Shout out to my baby. Shout out to him, because he's just so strong, and, like, I don't know. I'm the best kid ever. But that's the end of this story time. There will be a part 2, because after in the ICU, that's just a whole different story. Literally a whole different story. But yeah, again, like I said in my last video, if there's one thing for sure, like, always trust your instincts, and I will see you in the next one.